Hi, everyone. It's Monday night, the 10th of August, and day 223 of my journey to business alignment and living the dream. My power statement for today said, I will get all the remaining tasks that I have to get done before I can launch my YouTube ad, including the website form page completed. It's that brand new one, so that hopefully before the end of the day, Monday, I can launch the ad. Well, that's today. The most important task that Fahad is working on right now is getting my homepage done. And then he's going to work to get a new page form ready to go so that I can launch my focus group. At least that was the goal for today. I need to go and share something here so that I can show you something. There we go. I'm going to hit that here and hit share. And I'm going to come right up to here on this page right here. Okay, wrong one right here. There we go. I'm going to pull these up here so you can see those. There we go. If you can see this, this is a little fat here, but he's working on. I'm going to move that out of the way. But it's all centered. This is stretched out too far, but he's got this homepage ready to go, and it goes all the way down like I showed you before. But then I'm going to show you something else. This is what I'm hoping that he can work on so that I can get it ready and tied to the, boy, where is that going? Oh, I know where it's going. It's right down here. So I'm going to call it up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make that larger here so we can see it and scroll it over. Scroll it down a little too much. So it's going to be a page just like this, Living the Dream, Coach B, and it's going to be a live form that they click. So when they have that Living the Dream URL tied to the call to action, when they click on that, it's going to open up this page right here. It's going to, or take them to this page right here that they fill it out, click it, and all of a sudden they receive an email auto response from me that has that link for their free podcast of going to the movies. Anyhow, I wanted to show you that, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing for now on that and continue on about, let's see, I don't want that one either. There we go. Anyhow, the most important task Fahad is working on is that page, and that's what I want him to get done. But while Fahad is working on that, and to get that page done especially, here's what I'm working on. My list right here to do Monday. Most important task, fun task, second task, accounts, emails, do the lesser importance task list. I got this done. Bam, I'm going to show you this list. I got the lesser important task done today. Been busy today. And so I have to say, it's been quite exciting. My most important task was to keep working on Fahad and working with him until that form and homepage was done. That was my goal today. My fun task was to get the Facebook pixel code ready for Fahad to add it to the 2 pages I'm talking about. Now, the pixel is a special little string of code that you tie to your Facebook page that tracks activity showing up and looking at this and that kind of thing, and it tracks them coming to a home page so you can see where all the traffic's coming from. So it needs to be put on that as well. My exciting task was to get the website URL from Fahad of that form page I just showed you and add it to that call to action button. While Fahad's doing those 2 pages, I'm also making a list of things for him to do after he gets those done so that the website can be continually built out and everything can work properly. And anyway, he's still working on it. Anyway, let me go through my end of the day success routine questions. Christ said, get honest with yourself, Monty. What didn't go well today? What could you have done better? Did you wake up early and start strong? Check. Did you start your morning with power? Check. Did you produce some good things today? Were you productive? All the way throughout the day. Did you get the most important things done? I got my stuff done. He's had some challenges. And so in a way, he's part of my team. So we didn't get those 2 pages done completely. Did you move your goals forward though? Absolutely. Did you show up as the person you wanted today? Absolutely. And what about your time with Kathleen? It was a great Monday night, relaxing. We were present, had a great dinner tonight. Fun evening together. In summary of these get honest with yourself questions, I asked myself, were you honest with yourself Marty, about your task that you started and promised and committed to today? Well, I promised myself that and I made the commitment to myself this morning that I would stay focused doing my task as I waited for Fahad to get his 2 pages done so I can run my YouTube ad. Well, I made up my list of things to do, and it's doing well. I want to show you something here if I can find this and go ahead and do share screen again. And right here, and I'm going to share and go right here to this Word document down here. I'm going to show you something. more, but there we go. I'm going to call this up to you up there so you can see it. And there you go. It's my back burner task list. These are some things that I'm working on that I got to have Fahad get done. And it's going to go fast once he gets his two things done. But I've been making that list and doing well with that. And so I'm going to stop sharing. Anyhow, the next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new movies that your two amigos called up, any movie clips? Well, I watched my my must-see TV favorite 5 movies, and I imagined several instant pre-play movie clips this morning as I was finishing my mindfulness time. I then went right up to my office to get after these things. I couldn't wait to get up there and to see how far Fahad had got. Well, my next question that I asked myself was, what one thing would make all the difference going forward? In other words, what's the one thing you'd want to get done tomorrow, even if it took your whole day and things went sideways getting it done, but you'd still feel like a success? What would that one thing be? And then set that up as your power statement. Well, the one thing that's going to make all the difference going forward in my mind, in terms of what habit I want to establish, or what's the most important task I need to make sure I do every day, day after day, besides the 3 main tasks that are now daily habits for me now, besides taking a moment to reprioritize my task list every morning, I do that if it needs it, is to look far enough ahead and see if I need to do something to prepare for what I see coming at me. Farsightedness is something I know I need to get better at. And so I decided to write up a little different power statement for tomorrow morning. And here's what I wrote. I will look ahead for anything I think I need to put on my list so that I can do those things that I can do to prepare for what possibly may be showing up in front of me and needs my attention if I am to continue serving my beginner entrepreneurs with the best coaching possible. I want to give them the best coaching possible, and so I have to plan ahead and be ready to do that when things start to roll and come at me. I like this thought of doing what I can so I can be prepared. I especially love being prepared for circumstances that I know I really don't have any control over, but I do have control over what I can do and over what I can think and do think going forward. And so I like doing what I can do to be prepared for almost anything. It's called farsightedness and looking ahead. This thought reminds me of when I used to play high school football. Did it for 11 years, not in high school, but my whole young life. And we would practice plays and strategies that assumed what the opposing team might throw at us at our upcoming game. Of course, we knew what their tendency was because we had film on them. We'd watch film and, see how they ran plays and certain players and what they did and what their habits of turning and blocking and so forth. But we couldn't know exactly what they would throw at us, but we could prepare ourselves as much as possible, and that would keep us from being unprepared and losing the game. It's the preparation as best we can kind of approach that I'm talking about here. It's another way of saying practice so that we can perform at our best kind of preparation, which I think keeps us from not being caught off guard. I like thinking that I'm prepared versus thinking or fearing that, I'm not prepared for this. And that usually results in a lot of worry and retreat. Next, I want to answer the question that says, were there any mistakes or failures that you had today, Marty? And if you had some, could you turn them into a tool of success going forward? Well, today ended up being a good day, even though Fahad kind of slowed down there, but I wasn't able to launch my ad because Fahad wasn't able to get that form page ready to go. I can tie to that call to action. We had some difficulty getting the whole page where I wanted it, and so launching the ad had to be put on a back burner until he gets those 2 things done. I'm loving what he's doing though, even if it's taking a little more time than I thought it was going to take. Here's what I've learned though over the years. I've learned that frustration comes from unmet expectations. And so I didn't create heavy emotions from placing unworkable expectations on the timing of things. And therefore the delay of this hasn't ended up really frustrating me. I'm just rolling with the punches daily as we go. I also think it's because my livelihood isn't tied to having the ad up and running by this time so that I can make money or that I'll go in the tank. That's not what's going on here. And so I'm really relaxed about that. I can just relax about it for now, and I'm happy about that. So here's what Fahad got done for me so far. So I'm going to go back to this share the screen. I'm going to show you something here. Go here and go right there and show you. Let's kind of go right to here and show you this page. On this page, I told you this here, but what's nice is he's got this ready to go. It's more size that I wanted. It's great. It's centered properly. This picture's been changed out. These links are going to work here shortly. These are going to be made smaller, and he knows that. So that's what he's working on. And like I said, that page of this form. He's got that information. He's replied back. He knows what's got to be done. He's just working. I suspect he's got some other projects that he's doing. And so I'm okay with that. So I'm going to stop this here and come back. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well? What can I do better? What did I do well? And what am I grateful for? This is the middle one. What did you do well today? Well, my biggest success today was pulling together a lot of pieces that I have to get through the portal of my mind and into the world of the physical and getting them written down, many of which were from looking ahead and imagining those things that I want to have happen and what I need to do for them to have them happen. Preparation, preparation, preparation. The next step in my end of the day success routine is to rate your day's effort. And so I gave today an 8. I gave it an 8 because I worked at the speed of 8 today all day long, which is good. But I would have to say that I have had a couple of things waylay me a little bit. So that's why I kind of put it back down to an 8. But that's okay. I'm saving money, working with Fahad, and he's doing a great job, and it's going to work out just fine. So it's going to be great. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle behind the following statement. For most beginner entrepreneurs, the problem isn't how to motivate other people. The problem is usually about how to keep themselves from being demotivated by other people. Isn't that great? Today, I love that. Today, we're surrounded by all kinds of motivators, people and things striving to motivate people to buy a product here, to pay for advice, or to listen to a cause or whatever. The list goes on and on. Motivation is big business for sure, but ask yourself, what is the secret behind motivation? Some folks get involved with their work, but aren't committed to it. Others are committed, but don't have any real deep involvement. The truth is, these two attitudes go together. There's no way to learn to be a motivated person without being totally involved and committed to whatever you are engaged in, period. Someone else's someone else's experience or story can never motivate you as deeply as your own story. That's for sure. They can inspire, but your own story should be your biggest motivator. I know mine is. The next thing I'm grateful for is the law of setting goals. This law involves the secret of how to program yourself for success. Stand on any busy downtown street corner and spend 10 minutes watching humanity pass before you. How many out of those 100 people at a time would you guess have specific goals for their life and that they are pursuing them with real vigor? If you were a betting person, I bet you could probably wager considerable sums of money that none, not one out of 100 who passed by had any goals that extended beyond that particular day. I'm sure there's one here and there. Setting goals you would learn from these individuals, if you had the courage to ask, is something that the company bosses do when they are planning next year's budget. Setting goals is what football coaches and baseball managers often do. Setting goals is what presidents and governors and fundraisers talk about since they're involved with large organizations. But you say, how can I think about setting goals for myself when my paycheck isn't even large enough to cover my own bills? Well, maybe, just maybe, those paychecks are not large enough to pay your bills and maybe never will be because you don't have any goals. No concrete plans on how to improve your life. No ideas on how to raise your income, improve your talents, expand your knowledge, or increase your value to society. And you're repelling, you're confirming the law of attraction by speaking what you don't want instead of speaking what you do want, so you can attract them into your portal of your mind. Regretfully, most of us are like the skipper of a ship who hasn't any intended destination, so we're headed nowhere. The fact is that without goals, we're definitely not on a course to living the dream. But that's not you and me, right? Next, I'm grateful for the unknown person who said this. Life's real failure is life's real failure is when you do not realize how close you were to success when you gave up. Oh, that's a bad feeling. This quote begs us to remember what Winston Churchill said, which was, never, 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 never give up. That's so true. Anyway, another day on my journey to business alignment has come and gone, and I'm still living the dream. I'll be right back here tomorrow night, sharing my heart, my feelings, and another day in the life of Coach B. Until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.